So our box fits our pizzas perfectly, so it's supposed to be a crust edge to edge. And the reason for that is you never want it to look small in the box when you're taking that picture. I think that you have to look at your brand as an experience. So as more business is now moving to online and third-party retailers, there's easy ways to get your product, but they're not getting the full experience of your brand because they're not coming into your locations or your restaurants and seeing kind of the magic that happens in there. So we have to look at more ways to drive people into our restaurants to make sure that our restaurants feel like home, feel like a community, feel like an experience, to make it worthwhile so that they're not gonna just sit at home. They're actually gonna put sweatpants on, get off the couch, walk themselves in and enjoy what happens in there. And I think the first thing you have to do to organize is understand those generations that are coming up. So do your research, know who's coming in your restaurants today and who that next group is. I think the second thing is you can't deny that there's going to be an online presence. So you can't shun that group of guests or customers that are going to be a part of your brand. So make sure that you're optimizing that experience so that it feels like your brand. It shouldn't be this generic, bland, boring page. It should give you that same excitement and enthusiasm and connection to build that loyalty. And I think the third piece is, as you think about your actual retail or your physical space, now you have to start thinking about it less as this cookie cutter box that you can put in everywhere and more as this community oriented piece. So understand who's coming to your restaurants. Who do you want to bring in? How do we need to tailor that experience to that guest? So you have to now think about even the food that we're innovating around, because it may not be eaten in the restaurant. It may be eaten at home. And so when you're organizing, you need to bring in a much more broader cross-functional team, such as your design teams, your social teams, you're even thinking about local store marketing, community management. It's a much broader conversation than where it was before, where we could just kind of take this box and put it in all over the country. We have to think about the Instagram experience. Does the food look good? Does it look great on the tray that it's going to be served on? What about the packaging? So not only in the restaurant, but when it goes out the door. So when you take that picture, it's not going to look janky in this box. So our box fits our pizzas perfectly. So it's supposed to be a crust edge to edge. And the reason for that is you never want it to look small in the box when you're taking that picture. We have a designer that works with us who's done some amazing restaurants in LA that's done all of our design for our restaurants. And so we're always looking at the materials, the design elements, even lighting in the restaurants to make sure that you have that same visual experience if it gets shared with our guests.